Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NTU Virtual Open House. My colleagues and I from the Office of Admissions are here to tell you more about admissions at NTU and answer some of your questions. I would like to invite you now to type in your questions in the Slido box if you haven't already done so. While you're doing that, I would like to introduce our panel members for today. On my left is Alan Phua. He is the Director for Office of Admissions. And next to him is Santa, who is in charge of local admissions and mainly dealing with poly applications. And next is Jafar, who is dealing with international admissions. Okay. And I'm Paul, who is your moderator for today. Without further ado, I would like to first get started by answering some of the questions you have posted today. The first question is, what is the difference between double degree and double major programs? Can I drop one later?
So for a double degree program, students read courses from two different degrees that are compressed into one. Students in the double degree are conferred 2 degrees, and the degrees are classified according to your CGPA in your final results of your respective programs. And they are awarded with 2 different degrees at the end of the graduation. Whereas in a double major program, the student has the opportunity to do 2 majors concurrently, and each major carries equal weightage and curriculum time. In addition, they will have additional time to do general education courses. So for both the double degree as well as the double major, they have a variety of options in the double degree and double major programs. So in addition to that, they will have 5 choices in their application for them to choose the 5 different programs they wish to choose in the application form. Students who are pursuing the double degree and double major programs, we understand you may have changes while you're studying the program. And so we have that option for you to drop that double degree or the double major during the course of your study. So you can drop that major. And the best thing about this is the double major and double degree programs. For these programs, the tuition fees are not double, just like the name. Tuition fees are just a single tuition fees. And these tuition fees are paid at the end of every year for the course of your studies. In other words, this is 2 for the price of 1.
Okay, thank you, Santa. Okay, the next question is, should I apply for both scholarship and program at the same time?
Okay, Alan, we'll take this question. All right. Of course, you should actually apply both scholarships and admissions at the same time. Once you have completed the admissions application, you will receive an application number. With that, you can actually proceed to apply for scholarship. All right, to apply for scholarship is quite simple too. You just need to actually complete the CCA achievements, all right, in rank order of merits, followed by a personal statement, as well as to request for appraisers to submit appraisers for you. All right, so that would be separate. Okay. In the scholarship application, you will just need to actually tick all the scholarships that you're interested to apply for, to be considered for. All right, and we will actually decide for you which scholarship will be best for you. All right. You will need to, of course, undergo an interview to be considered for scholarship. All right. I urge all male applicants, if you are serving NS or going to serve NS, to actually apply for scholarship as early as possible. It is, of course, makes good sense for you to actually secure the scholarships early. All right. If you are ineligible for scholarship right now, don't worry. You can still apply for short-term scholarships during the course of study. All right, so you can actually apply when you're actually an NTU student, so whether it's in first year, second year, third year, or fourth year, all right, you can actually apply for short-term scholarships. There are a slew of scholarships that we offer, so I urge you to actually check out our admissions portal, okay, website, as well as the microsite for more information on scholarship. All right, thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Ellen. Okay, the next question is, I'm a Singaporean holding an international qualification. Is there a separate application link to apply, and am I competing with Singaporeans or international students?
Okay, I think that's a good question. Let me just answer. Right. Okay, basically as a Singaporean, right, you would have to submit the online application according to the qualification you hold, right? So for example, regardless of nationality, if you are holding the Indian Standard 12 or the UK A-Levels qualification, all right, please remember to submit to submit your application, okay, under the respective Indian Standard 12 or UK A-Levels application category by 19 March, all right? So as a Singaporean, of course, you would therefore be competing with all other Singaporeans within the same qualification, okay? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jafar. Okay, the next question is, how does ABA help my application? Okay, I think I'll take this one. ABA actually stands for Aptitude-Based Admissions. It takes students' passions and interests and strength into consideration in parallel with your academic results. So it is a holistic process where we actually consider everything about the students, not just grades. Okay, and how does this help is actually if you put down all the things that is outstanding about yourself, your strength, your passion, your achievements, and any awards that you have that will help you get into the program and show us that it's a good fit for you in the choice that you have made, and the choice of program that you've made. So I think if you can show us that you really are passionate about this subject or this program, and you have all the achievements and the talents to show, it will really help you get into that program. Also, I would say that if you are not applying this year, if you're not graduating yet, I say that you have a lot of chance to improve your profile. Basically, you should participate in more activities that will show your passion. You can also demonstrate your skills by maybe participating in community service or maybe start a business, something to showcase yourself that will make you stand out. So I'll strongly encourage you to start doing all this to make yourself really outstanding and be able to show us how you will fit well in the program. Okay, thank you. All right, the next question is, what are Premier Scholars Program?
All right, I will take this question. NTU offers a suite of 4 Premier Scholars Program. Each Premier Scholars Program actually has its distinct flavor. We have, of course, Renaissance Engineering Program, which is our flagship engineering program. It actually aims to groom leaders, particularly in engineering domain, who can actually eventually be change makers. All right, and the curriculum actually is rather broad. It actually spans from engineering, business, as well as humanities. The next program, Sian Yang Scholars Program, is actually offered to students who are very passionate in science and engineering. We hope to actually nurture leaders in technological innovation as well as scientific communication. The third program, University Scholars Program, actually offers a unique suite of liberal arts-inspired courses to students from all disciplines. Finally, we have, of course, our NTU NIE Teaching Scholars Program, which is actually tailored to groom future educators who possess passion and aspiration to inspire and lead our future generation. All right, do note that PSP Premier Scholars Program are programs. Okay, they are not scholarships, although attached to each of the Premier Scholars Programs, there are specific scholarships. I must add that not all students in the PSP programs are actually scholarship recipients. Some actually receive external scholarships as well. All right, so I hope this actually clarifies the difference between PSP and PSP scholarships. All right, thank you. That's a very long answer for a short question.
Okay, thank you, Alan. All right. The next question is, how does NTU enhance your students' employability?
I'll take that question, Paul.
Okay.
So the answer to that is NTU has a multi-pronged approach in preparing students for their future career. One of the approach is that we have a career and attachment office that does personalized career counseling for students and also organizes job fairs as well as on-campus interviews for students to speak with potential employers. The other approach that we have is the work-study degree. And in this work-study degree, we aim to enhance students' employability and readiness when they are ready to go into the workforce. If you opt for these programs, you will have the opportunity to gain work experience as well as multiple on-the-job training and various internships, which will then give you the opportunities to be exposed to professional work environments and gain real-life experiences even before you graduate.
Okay,
Alan,
may
you
I
want to add
Yes.
something? Yeah.
Okay. All right. With effect from this August, all first-year undergraduate students are required to actually fulfill an interdisciplinary collaborative core curriculum, which constitute 20% of their overall degree program requirements. All right. I urge you to actually find out more. So this is a little bit of commercial. All right. About this new curriculum, we have video produced by our provost, as well as another video specifically on more details produced by our associate provost, undergraduate education, Prof. Gan. So there are two videos that are available on our microsite, NTU Open House microsite, so do check that out. Okay. Beyond that, of course, we have also introduced with effect from this year as well that all students are required to undergo internship as part of their degree programs. Okay, this compulsory internship will definitely enhance students' employability. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Alan. And Santa? Okay, now to the next question. I'll be getting my IB results only in May 2021. Will I get the outcome of my application soon after I've submitted my application by 19 March based on my predicted grades?
Let me answer the question, right, Paul? Okay, so basically we do not consider IB predicted grades, right? As admission is purely based or primarily based on actual results or final IB results. So hence, for example, if you are taking the IB May 2021 examination and you are only getting the IB diploma results around July, okay, so you would have to submit the online application now, yeah? Do not wait. Deadline would be latest by 19 March 2021. And of course, we would still require you to authorize IBO to release the final IB, to release your final IB diploma results directly to us, right? So if you're unsure, yeah, feel free to check with your IB coordinator on this, okay? So upon release of your IB results sometime around July, okay, please remember to scan in color and upload them online, okay? Only then we will further consider your application based on the final IB results, all right? Yep.
Okay, thank you, Jafar. All right, the next question is, should I choose my preferred program or program which I meet the grade requirement?
Okay, I will take this question. All right, it's a good question and I must say it's very commonly asked. Okay, first things first is that, as shared by my colleague Santa earlier on, you have every applicant will have up to 5 choices, all right? And you can actually choose, okay, in rank order of your preference, okay? The next thing is that I think it's important for you to note that the indicative grade profile is only a reference. It's just a guide, it's indicative, all right? And it's produced based on the offers made in the last admissions exercise, okay? And it also included those offers that were made under our aptitude-based admissions scheme, all right? So do note that every year the competition changes and so on, so the grade profiles do vary. Okay, so meeting last year's grade profile doesn't guarantee a place. Doesn't guarantee that you will actually get an offer. So it really depends on competition. All right, what is important, I would say that you should actually complete the aptitude-based admissions section if you want to actually increase your chances. Once you have submitted the application, there is actually a check status portal. You can actually complete that section. You will again need to actually provide in rank order your non-academic achievements, all right, and also have this application supported by appraisers. All right, for the details, of course, we will guide you accordingly. Beyond that, of course, I would like to also share with you that you can still change your program. I'm not encouraging, but if you wish to change programs, the option is available. All right, but I'd like to actually highlight that there are other considerations you need to note. There is this tuition grant, all right, subsidy scheme provided by our MOE government. Okay, MOE. Okay. Once you have actually availed tuition grant, you may be liable to pay unsubsidized fees. All right, so if you wish to change program, do it as early as possible. All right, otherwise then there is higher probability that you end up paying full fees, okay, unsubsidized fees. All right, a short answer to your question is that you should strongly choose programs that you prefer, all right, that you actually have strong passion in. Okay, because it doesn't make sense for you to actually study a program that you're not really that keen and eventually struggle through, all right, and not enjoy the university education. All right, so I think this is very key, very pivotal. You should actually aspire or rather, you should actually apply programs that you are very interested in. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Alan. I strongly agree with that too. So please choose something that you really like. Okay, the next question I have is, I cannot find any IGP for IB diploma and international qualification. Why is that?
Okay, yeah, I can answer this question again. Right, Paul. Yeah, basically, right, the number of applicants with international qualifications, okay, is not as big as the local A-levels and polytechnic diploma, right? So to derive a reflective grade profile, okay, so that's basically the reason. Generally, applicants, of course, with more 6s and 7s in the IB subject scores would have a better chance of gaining admissions, while it's not granted, yeah, Alan? So hence, one must really strive, okay, to perform academically well, right, to stay ahead with the competition. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jafar. All right. The next question is, what should I include in my personal statement for ABA? This is a good question and actually very commonly asked. When I do outreach, a lot of students ask me that question, what should I write in my essay? So basically what you should say in your essays is all your achievements and contributions that you have, and showcase your talents and things that you have done that will make you stand out and be impressive. Also, include activities that will show us that you're passionate about the programs that you have chosen. Say, for example, the first choice program is civil engineering, and show us that you have experience or did activities that will actually demonstrate your passion in this subject. Okay. Also, I think we are looking for a student with a holistic view where it's not just grades, but you also want to see that you have heart, for example, you have participated in community service and made an impact on a certain group. So please include that if you have that. And also we want students who demonstrate excellence in, for example, leadership or entrepreneurship and things like that. So you can include those things as well. So if you have started your online business, or if you are a captain of a basketball team, or if you have participated in international Olympics or ASEAN Games and things like that. All these are things that you should definitely put in, okay? And basically, it's just things that will impress us and also to show us that you are a good fit for the program that you applied for, okay? Hope that helps. Okay, the next question is, what is ALS and who can apply for ALS?
I can take that question for.
Okay, thanks, Santa.
Yeah, so ALS stands for Adult Learner Scheme, and the Adult Learner Scheme is an alternative pathway for working adults to apply for a full-time undergraduate admission to NTU. We recognize the value that adult learners bring to the classroom, and this is a work and life experience that enriches the diversity of undergraduates in our undergraduate programs. So Singaporeans and Singapore PR holders who are at least 25 years old and above and have at least 4 years of working experience are eligible to apply under this Adult Learner Scheme program.
Okay, thank you. I actually see a related question about ALS. It says, based on my work experience, can I get exemptions under ALS?
I'll answer that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so apart from academic results, we value your work experience, and we will take this into consideration when we evaluate students for admission to NTU programs. So do not fret about your results. Your experience will boost your chances of getting admission to a program that you are very interested in. So please do apply.
Thank you, Santa. All right, the next question is, I will be serving national service. Do I apply now or after I complete my NS?
Okay, I've served NS, so let me answer this question, yeah.
Okay.
All right, do not wait, right? Please apply now. Yeah, so basically once you have applied, right, and if you're successful in your application, we'll reserve you a place, all right, till the completion of your NS, right? Moreover, your tuition fees, okay, would be pegged based on the year that you have accepted the offer, right? So yeah, don't wait, apply now. So if you are still unsure of your programs, right, just fill up the 5 program choices first. And should you wish to consider changing programs, okay, later, you can just simply submit another application in the next academic year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jafar. All right, the next question is interesting. It's like, how are admission interviews conducted at NTU? Okay, I think I'll take this one. Basically, we've introduced an online interview system last year, and what it is, it's called the Ntu Online Interview system, where you will actually be sitting through an interview that's recorded, and you will, it is simulated like a real interview where you actually have an interviewer ask you a question, you play a recording, and then the interviewer will be asking you a question, and then your response will be either a written response or a video response. So the nice thing about this system is that you can actually do this interview anytime, anywhere, and also pretty much on any devices as well, just like either your PC or your laptop or even your mobile phones or your iPads. And also, this allows you to be able to do it anytime where you don't have to schedule a time with the interviewers or come back in the weekends. And for students or applicants going through NS, you can also do it at your free time. You don't have to wait until you book out and then you have to attend these interviews. So these are the advantage. Another advantage is that you can actually prepare for your answer. There will be a reading time for you to prepare your answers, unlike conventional interviews where you actually have to answer right away, because you'd be quite awkward if you have a minute of silence and to think about your answer. So this is a way that you can actually prepare and do better in your interview, because you have a bit of time after the question is asked. You can prepare your answer. So make full use of that and prepare yourself. And then after that, you just answer the questions. And then you upload your interview online. So I would say that nowadays a lot of people are very comfortable in front of the camera and doing TikTok and YouTube and so on. So I think this, and we had a good feedback last year from a lot of students that they actually like this system very much. So I hope that you will be able to experience this, and these interviews will be conducted for students who are shortlisted. And if you get a chance, I hope you'll like this experience. Okay. All right, I think I'll go on to the next question. All right, the next question is, how do I know whether I am eligible for the scholarship?
Okay, I'll take this question. All right. To qualify for scholarship, of course, the applicant should actually present stellar academic performance as well as very good CCA achievements as well. All right. I must say that last year was a very disruptive year, so you may not be able to be that involved in CCA. All right. So do share with us what you have learned. All right. In adapting to the new norm. All right. I believe your learning experiences will actually be very useful for us to know what you are able to do. All right, and be able to contribute. All right, in the new norm. Thank you. Okay, beyond that, of course, you can also check out I'll urge you to actually check out our website. There are a lot of different scholarships with different criteria and all. All right, so I think knowing the different types of scholarships and the criteria will also help you to gauge, all right, in terms of whether you qualify for the specific scholarships. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Alan. All right, the next question is, can I still apply for a program when my subjects in A levels or O levels does not meet the subject requirements?
I'll take that question, Paul. Okay. So subject requirements are essential in the selection of students for programs in NTU, basically because it ensures that you meet the prerequisites to be able to cope with the program that you will be enrolled in. As such, you need to meet the subject requirements to be eligible for that program that you are interested in. However, you are still eligible to take courses of your choice as a minor to complement your major when you're enrolled in the NTU program. So you can take up to 2 minors during the course of your study. For humanities, arts and social sciences, you may be also considered for a double major program if you demonstrate competency as well as achieve good grades in your first year. So even if you do not meet the subject requirements of our major, the program that you're interested in, there are alternative options for you to make available for you to join the program that you wish to join to. So do not worry about the subject requirements. You can opt for the alternative options that are available to you.
Okay, thank you, Santa. All right, the next question I have is, currently, are classes conducted 100% online? What are some of the measures taken by NTU with regards to handling COVID-19 in NTU?
Okay, let me answer this question, right? So basically, as an early adopter of this so-called the technology-enhanced learning, okay, we were able to deploy technology very swiftly, right, during the last circuit breaker last year. since the last circuit breaker last year, yeah. So till now we have been conducting a hybrid of online and face-to-face lessons, all right. Moreover, laboratory and sports classes are, however, conducted in person so that students could still benefit from personal engagements, right? So we have adopted many safe management measures, rules and regulations. For example, classes are limited to not more than 50 people, right? Where lessons are held in a sufficiently large venue, right? To ensure safe distancing among students. Okay, other measures includes QR coding, okay, check-in, checkouts, as well as safe entries, right? So basically the COVID situation is rather fluid, okay, and hence we will monitor closely, okay, and notify our incoming freshmen should there be any updates or whenever necessary. Okay, in conclusion, let me stress that our students and staff welfare is our utmost priority, okay, and we will certainly continue, all right, to do the needful and to put in place various measures, okay, to safeguard our university's community, okay, amidst the pandemic. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jafar. All right. The next question is ABA only to be used for applying to our first choice courses? What about the other choices that we want to put down in the university application? Do we do it separately? Okay, I'll take this one. The answer is no. ABA is applicable to all your choices, so that you are eligible for. So you do not need to apply separately for the other choices that you have. So it's a very short answer, but yeah, basically it's applied to all your choices, and as long as you're eligible for it. Okay. All right. The next question is, can I change my program after submitting an application?
I can take that question, Paul.
Okay.
So the short answer is yes, but let me explain further. So if you have already submitted an application and before the closing date of the application, you may proceed to change the choices in the check status portal. This can be done by yourself. And the other option is if you are changing your choices after the application has closed, this is after the application closing date, then you will have to appeal for a change of choices or change of course during the appeal window in May. And the third is if you've already been offered admission to any program in NTU now, then you may write in to us with your new 5 choices that you wish to be reconsidered for by email to us before the 19th of March if you're an A-level student, and by end February if you're a poly student. So these are how you change your choices.
Okay. Thank you, Santa. All right, the next question is, when will I be getting my admissions application outcome?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will take this question. We have been making admissions outcome progressively, all right, for those who have actually completed the applications, including paying the application fees. All right, the bulk of the admissions offer should be released by May in time for our first acceptance window. All right, and do check your email. We actually communicate the outcomes via email. All right, so that is important. You should actually apply and indicate the right email, okay, that you actually use frequently. All right. The next is that for those of you who have yet to hear from us by May, don't worry, fret not. We will still be making offers after the first acceptance window. All right, students can still accept offers, okay, during the second acceptance window. And even after that, if we do have vacancies and all, we will still be making offers. So I must say that if you have not heard from us, all right, by the first acceptance window, don't worry, all right, there's still chances. Actually, we would release our rejections, okay, typically in May. So yes, so before or rather after that, if there's no news from us, it's actually good news, I should say. Okay, so do stay tuned. I think it's important that you should actually check your email periodically. Okay, all right. Do note that if you're unsuccessful, even you have not heard from us, there is actually an appeal window between 10 May to 26 May. So you can actually submit an appeal during that window too. Okay, even if you have not received an admissions outcome. Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Okay, the next question is, I think it's kind of related to that too, is will I receive more than one program offer? I think I'll just take this one because the answer is very simple. It's you will receive only one offer. So yeah, even though you have 5 choices, you only receive one offer. Okay, the next question is, should I stay on campus? I think I'll take this one too. Yes, I think it's highly recommended that you stay on campus because you will be able to make a lot of friends and be able to learn some independence. You will also save a lot of time by commuting without having to commute from your home to campus. And also there's a lot of activities that are organized inside in the halls. And there's also what we call the residence education. It's called RE at NTU, that hosts a whole list of programs and workshops that will help enrich yourself. And also there's a lot of activities and and competitions and things like that you can be involved in. So it will really help you get a more wholesome experience at NTU. Also, not to mention that the benefit that you can actually roll out of bed and just walk to your class next door and you can go in your pajamas. Not that you're encouraged to, but yeah, you can actually do that because it's just right on campus and it's very easy to access easy access to your classes and so on. Yeah. So. And also, again, I want to stress that there's a lot of activities that we will enjoy and help you make friends and make connections and really experience the campus life here at NTU. Okay, I hope you can experience that yourself. All right, the next question is, can I go for an exchange program?
Okay, let me answer this question, although I don't have an answer. All right. I mean, of course, for freshmen, you guys are still fortunate because you will only be looking at going for exchange possibly from second year onwards. So we are looking at 2 years later. All right. Right now, we are still monitoring the situation, which is rather fluid, and there are we are also staying tuned to the travel advisories from various authorities. This is not just the Singapore government, but also whichever destinations that our students wish to travel to. All right, so there are different practices, different advisories right now. Right now, we do actually have students who actually take on exchange locally through the SUSET scheme, the Singapore University Student Exchange Program. All right, so some students actually exchange locally. All right. Of course, there are also options. Some students actually take on e-learning classes, all right, with our partner universities, and they get to also experience and, of course, be involved in exchange with international students, all right, outside the NTU. All right. Some students actually choose to change their study plans slightly to actually take some modules locally first and defer the exchange or mobility programs. All right, so I must say that we don't have a concrete answer right now because the situation is rather fluid. All right, so, but of course for you guys, it's not an issue, especially for the males who will be coming in 2 years later. And after the 2 years, after you have completed your first year, second year, that will be 4 years later. So hopefully by then the coast is clear and yes, okay, COVID will be long forgotten. All right, then yes, exchange should not be an issue by then. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Alan. And I hope that the vaccines will help too, so that once everybody have a vaccine, then everybody can start traveling. And we're all looking forward to that very soon. All right, the next question is, can I take a gap year?
Okay, I can answer this question. Yeah. All right. Basically, we will not reserve you a place, right? Unless it is national service, Singapore national service related. Yeah. So basically, if you have applied and if you are successful, as I've mentioned earlier, and if you wish to change program, right, you can just submit a new fresh application, right, with your new choices. And if you are unsuccessful, okay, you can still apply again as a fresh application, all right, the following year. Okay. In summary, yeah, we don't reserve a place. Yeah.
Can I add? Yes. Okay. So if you are, I'm not sure the reasons that you are intending to embark on a gap year, but if you are constrained financially, I would like to actually share with you that we actually have very attractive financial support schemes available for students. You can actually take up student loans, which is interest-free, all right, and you can also consider bursary, all right. So these are financial support schemes that can support students substantially. All right, so you don't really have to take 1 year to work to earn enough funds to support you. You probably will also hear from some seniors that during the holidays, they actually are able to work part-time to actually earn extra incomes to help to complement the expenses. NTU also offers an work-study scheme, which is a training program that students do receive training allowance, all right, that will actually be able to cover the very part of their subsistence. All right, so just in case you are looking at trying to earn more money to actually finance your studies, and I'm glad that you're very independent, okay, but do consider this option. So do find out more from us. My colleagues are available, okay, so do use the chat function, all right, to actually find out more. Okay, I think that will be a good piece of information for you. All right, if you are interested to actually embark on some interesting expedition and all, some students would rather do it during the school holidays when they actually, during the school holidays when they are studying with us. All right, so they can probably join some like-minded in some clubs and societies. All right, and yes, you can still do it when you are actually with us as a student, so you may not really need to defer your studies. All right, so I talk a lot. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, Alan. Actually, while you're adding on to that, we have a question that says, what financial assistance schemes are available to students in NTU? So other than what Alan have said, does anyone on the panel want to add on to that?
I'll add on to that, Paul. Okay. Yeah. So just like Alan mentioned, we do have a good financial assistance scheme for students to take on. And I'll elaborate on two of those financial schemes. So one of it is the tuition fee loan, where the loan quantum is up to 90% of the tuition fee, subsidized tuition fee payable by a Singaporean. And the other option is the Ntu Study Loan. And the Ntu Study Loan has two components. One is 10% of the subsidized tuition fee payable by the Singaporean student. This will be awarded to you as a loan. On top of that, you can take on an additional $3,600 living allowance to help you with your living expenses while you are studying in NTU. So these two loans will help you with a lot of the tuition fee payments and your own living allowance during your studies in NTU. And these loans are interest-free during your the whole duration of your studies, whether it's 3 years or 4 years. Yeah. And the other thing that Alan also mentioned were bursaries. So we have NTU administered bursaries available to NTU students, and you can opt to apply for these bursaries if you need them. And these bursaries are awarded by NTU as well as MOE, as well as CDC and so on, and donated bursaries. We get donations from private parties, and these go into the bursaries that we award to NTU students. And students will also, during the period which was before COVID, do exchange overseas And this may be the case for future applicants who will be going for exchange, provided the COVID situation improves. During this time, you will have expenses for your overseas exchange as well as attachment programs, and there are loans that are available for you to take for you to go on this exchange and overseas attachments as well. So these are the financial options that will be available to you. And if you want to find out more details, more in detail information about this financial assistance, do look for us at the chat function on the microsite, NTU microsite for the open house, and we will assist you as much as possible. Yeah.
Thank you, Santa. All right, the next question, maybe we have time for one more. So, okay, next question is, will students have an opportunity to participate in research at NTU?
Okay, wow. Okay, I think he's interested in research, yeah? All right, let me just answer this question, right? So NTU itself is a research-intensive university, I must say, yeah? So basically, one of the initiatives is the undergraduate research experience on campus. All right, it's an undergraduate research general elective where it allows outstanding students, right, to basically have the opportunity to pursue independent research under the supervision of the professors. Okay, so at the end of the program, basically, our students will then gain a good appreciation, all right, of the rigor and the open-endedness of research, and also in formulating research problems, right? So basically, upon graduation, students could perhaps seriously consider pursuing a graduate program by research, okay, and ultimately choose research as a career, yeah? So no worries, we have lots of research opportunities here as an undergraduate student, yeah.
Thank you, Jafar. I'm afraid we just about ran out of time for this session, and I do not want to hold you any longer because I think that there's a lot of exciting activities that's going on today. So I strongly encourage you to check out our site to look at the schedule and see what might be interesting to you. I hope we answered all your questions. If not, we'll try our best to do so. Otherwise, you can go to the chat below, and our colleagues will answer your questions as much as you can for today, but our site will be up until the 19th of March. And after that, if you have any other questions that you still want to ask us, please feel free to send us an email. We will respond to you as soon as we can. Also, I would like to draw your attention to our session at 1 p.m. today, where you actually hear from our current students who are experiencing NTU. So this will be very good for you, where you hear real life experience about their life in NTU. So strongly encourage you to check that out. I hope this session has been informative, and I hope that you decide to join us at NTU. I'd like to thank you for your participation, and I wish you a very good day ahead today. Thank you very much.